everybody trying to be content creators and trying to go viral. You want to go viral?
Okay, you want to go viral. Let's go viral then.
Say less.
Let go.
Let's embrace it. Let's love it. Let's enjoy it. And let's give them the experience of their life. That's Roswell for you, baby. Come together. And guys, this is Speaking Out Loud. I appreciate you guys joining us. Don't forget to share and dance like you just don't care. It's early in the morning. Let's have a day. And like I said, be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Shout out PMS.
Good morning and welcome to Speaking Out Loud. I am your host, Rene Ruiz, and along with me is the man with the bias, the man with the tries, the one with the broad chest, the one, the only, John Borba.
Yo, what is going on?
Morning, JB. How's it going?
Morning. Sound check. I sound good?
Yeah, you sound perfect.
We're live. Okay, we're hitting there. Thanksgiving week, baby.
Oh, Thanksgiving week. Yeah, hey, last week I didn't get to ask you what's your favorite dish for Thanksgiving before we kick off what happened on NFL Week 12. And I know you see this beautiful star on my chest, and we will get to that shortly, JB. But let's just set the tone for this beautiful week. What is your favorite dish on Thanksgiving? I said mine was the stuffing.
I really like stuffing too. Like I can eat stuffing like second and thirds, you know?
Yeah.
I like the stuffing. You can't go wrong with turkey though. I got to load it up on turkey. Dessert though, man. I love the pies. I love a pumpkin pie, a chocolate cream pie. I love all the pies, man. Give me some pie, dude.
Bro, I cannot wait for Thanksgiving. I get to have Thanksgiving twice. I have Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving Day with my fam, and then we'll have Thanksgiving again with my in-laws on Saturday. So I get a double whammy, double stuff. But, bro, NFL Week 12, there's one news that already broke this morning, or actually broke last night, and we kind of been calling it for a week now. Chip Kelly did get fired as the offensive coordinator for the Oakland Raiders. It was time overdue. And like we said last week, JB, that it's okay to just be known as one of the I don't want to say one of the greats, but one of the top dogs in college football. Like if you're known for being one of the top dogs in college football, that's not a bad situation to be in. Chip Kelly was just great in college ball, and it didn't quite translate fully into the NFL, and it is what it is. To me, why I'm so hard on it is I just don't understand what Chip Kelly did to deserve to be one of the highest paid offensive coordinators, and was getting paid $6 million. That's where the pressure started from us. But I don't want to say I'm glad that it happened, because I'm not glad for someone losing their job.
Right.
But it was something that needed to happen, and now maybe Chip Kelly can go fill one of those coaching spots in college football and go change a college program. But for the NFL, he just wasn't a fit, and he wasn't a fit for the Las Vegas Raiders. I was a little disappointed that was the decision that Tom Brady made. There's speculations that Tom Brady was making a lot of the decisions for the Oakland Raiders, and for that to be one of the first for him as a owner, you can say slash GM, since he hired his own boy. I'm sure they had a couple conversations before that was approved.
Well,
but anyways, Chip Kelly gone in Las Vegas. Sorry, Chip Kelly.
You think Tom Brady might be going down the path? You know, you're the GOAT, like MJ, but when it comes to owner and management, you kind of, it's like, we could be looking at something like that.
That's what it feels like. It's like if you stay in the game a little too long, you stay in the game a little too long, you live. What is it saying? You live long enough to become the villain or something like that.
Yeah, like just not the best ownership, not the best management, all that kind of stuff. For sure. On the Chip Kelly thing, just real quick, I think in Philly, obviously that fast-paced tempo offense flamed out. This whole I thought it was a strange hire in the first place, but I think Las Vegas is getting ready to just blow it up. Get rid of a lot of these guys. Pete Carroll, I don't know. He's on the hot seat. I think he might go. I think you just gotta start fresh, man. Possibly trade Crosby for a couple picks. Rebuild. All you got right there is Genty and Bowers. You give Bowers the ball, but you don't even give Genty the ball. I think you got Genty got 6 touches against y'all last week or something like that.
Yeah, in the first half, so 4 touches in the first half. It made no sense.
Awful. So I think you just blow it up. You really have nobody on defense besides Crosby. Offense, you got 2 guys. You gave away Jacoby Myers. and now he's already scoring touchdowns in Jacksonville. But I think it's an easy program to blow up. Possibly get some new faces in there, coaching, management, quarterback for sure. Geno Smith. I don't want to put all the blame on Geno Smith. Like literally, the Raiders might have one of the worst offensive lines in the league as well. So there's just a lot of
But see, that's where
turmoil.
it becomes confusing because they do have one of the worst offensive lines in the league, and they still chose to go get Ashton Genty instead of just paying Josh Jacobs and beefing up the offensive line. That's where I don't understand some of the decision making in Las Vegas. But it is what it is, JB. Let's not waste too much time on a team that stinks and that isn't going to make the playoffs, and a team that's looking forward to the lottery pick in the NFL draft. But JB, let's talk about what happened last night. Let's talk about
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what happened last night. Let's talk about what happened last night, baby. Oh my God, dude. We were calling Rene a clown in the first half, man. What's up with this delusion in the first half?
Oh, JV, I just want to reiterate that I'm speaking this into existence. 2 weeks ago, I put out a tweet or I put out a post on Facebook that said this is the start of one of the greatest runs into the football playoffs of all time that the Cowboys are about to create. And brother, what a start putting it down on the Oakland Raiders or the Las Vegas Raiders. And a lot of the pushback that we got was what? We didn't even get to enjoy that celebration because automatically right away, as soon as the game was over, people were
Raiders.
It was the Raiders, but it was the Raiders. And then hindsight, you could look back after seeing what the Cleveland Browns did to them, and you could be like, yeah, it probably was just the Raiders. But we did see improvement. We did see the comeback of Overshown. We saw those draft picks already pay off a week ago, and yet they showed up last week, JB. The Cowboys went down 21-0. The start of that game, there was a bit of frustration. I was kind of laying back on my couch like, this again. Here we go. To start it off, we drive down, right? We get 4th and 1. We go for it. I love the aggressiveness from Shoddy. I don't even dislike the play call. Javante's just got to make the catch. It's like, you want to be great? Okay, be great. Let's make the plays that requires greatness. And that was a play that would have required it, but we missed it. Philadelphia goes down and scores. Come back again. They score again. We're down 21-0. I'm a bit nervous. I'm down in the dumps. I did agree to myself being a clown because I felt like one after all the mess that I was talking. But slowly but surely, as I'm sitting there at halftime outside, just enjoying the air, JB, I thought to myself, I'm like, the one thing that Philadelphia has done that's under the radar is they seem to not show up in the second half. So there's a possibility that we come out of this if they don't score right away, and we can kind of put their backs against the wall, and that's exactly what happened. Dallas almost wanted to give that game away. We were given so many opportunities. I would like to just let it be known, JB, that it definitely feels and you can answer after this is like, does the Cowboys have a defense? Do you feel like I told you that this was 100% improvement on the Dallas Cowboys defense. And now do you see it? Do you see it just kind of flourishing? Or are you not going to give the Dallas Cowboys defense the credit and you're going to say this is 100% on Philly? Where do you stand on the Cowboys having a defense?
Okay, so there's a few things.
Just remember the question.
So obviously, you're a little bit healthier on defense now. You guys, all of a sudden, it looks like you guys have a little bit of a defensive line, That's what it looks like. And I think you guys came in with a decent game plan defensively. And I will say this, because it was a division rivalry opponent, you guys know each other, like each other's backhand. Like you guys know each other. You know what I mean? So each team knows each other's weaknesses. So I'm not going to go out here and just say, okay, the defense, it's a 180 flip, blah, blah, this and that. No, I'm going to say there was improvement. I think it was a good game plan. There was improvement. Where you guys really suck, where Jalen Hurts was like really kind of picking at y'all was when you guys would play a zone. You know what I mean? I noticed that like he would just find the openings, find the open man every time in zone. When you guys kind of put some pressure on him, maybe send 5, something like that, then okay, it's a little bit difficult. And it just blows my mind that just there was no offense in the second half. It just totally was gone. Everything was gone. You had a couple drives where you were moving the ball a little bit, but for the most half, when you don't put any points up for 2 quarters, that's huge. And you have to give some credit to the defense. You have to, right? You have to. And so while I don't think their defense is figured out yet, I think it just happened. And I said it last week. I was like, this is the week where something's going to change when you're Philadelphia, right? If you lose this game, this is a game that now I'm kind of scared. Like, what's next for Philly? Are they going to make the right moves? Are they going to adjust offensively? Are they going to? But it helped you guys in the sense that you guys knew each other. You came in with a good plan defensively. You showed you got after Jalen Hurts a little bit, made him get out of the pocket. Just enough pressure, right? Just enough pressure. I think you guys came with a good game plan. So will I say this defense? Will I say you guys have a defense? Let's see like some other opponents. Like let's see what Kansas City does. Let's see what Kansas City does, and we'll talk about Kansas City in a little while. But I think you guys have momentum going into Kansas City defensively, which is what you need.
Kansas City probably shouldn't have won that game against the Colts.
Yeah, and this is what you guys need. So I will say that you guys came in with a plan. I think you guys are treading forward to having a somewhat of a defense, or maybe a respectable defense. I don't know. I'm not there yet on the respectable defense.
Yo.
I'm not there yet. It sounds like I'm becoming a fan. But
they're fun.
Tell
me the Cowboys aren't fun right now.
Yeah.
Tell me the Cowboys aren't fun.
I mean, Pickens is balling. Pickens is one of the best receivers in the league right now. You like what him and Dak do offensively, obviously. Earl, I would say bad things too, but we're live, We're live.
Yeah.
It's all right though. Hey, next season, boys.
Go.
Next season, you know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, I will say that the Cowboys are trading forward. Defensively, they're trading forward. Offensively, we know what they have. They just got to. I hate the play call at the end of the game to go for it at the goal line when the Eagles have not done anything to scare you offensively, and to go for it on fourth down. I know if you win, you put a lot of if you hit that, you put a lot of pressure. You're up by 7, but take your field goal when you're actually playing good defense for once all year long in the biggest game of the year so far. Take your points, and I'm a big believer in taking your points in the first half too. I get it. It's 4th and 1. You know what I mean?
But
no,
it comes out. You know what?
When you're playing a better team, take your points in the first half. When you're supposedly playing a better team on paper, record-wise, all that stuff, you guys are playing for your playoff lives. Take your points in the first half. I don't know. I don't know
how much of that. How much like JB? Like to me, whenever they went for it on 4th down, what that told me is like he feels confident about what he saw from that defense in Vegas. And he's just going to ride the momentum. And I like that because, granted, they did go down and score. This game could have gotten very ugly very easily.
I don't think he goes to the rate. I think it's just we need to score. We need to score. We need to keep up. Like he's thinking that that Philly's offense is going to be an issue. And he's like, no, we need to put up points.
There's nothing that's made me feel
yeah, like but that's what you're chasing points in the first half, and you don't need to. That's what I don't like. That's what I don't like. And at the end of the game, I'm still like, okay, you go for it on 4th down at the goal line. If you score, great, you're up by 7. But like you have a guaranteed 3 right there too. When this offense hasn't put up 1 point.
Yeah, but you're playing for your playoff. You're playing for your playoff lives. I like the aggressiveness because it's like there's no going back. Like, you got to leave it all on the line because if Dallas –
what happens if you lose by a field goal that game? We're having a crazy conversation, and then we've already – you know what I mean? If you lose by a field goal, somehow Philly drives down the field, you guys stopped them. You guys stopped them, obviously. But if Philly just has one good drive and gets that field goal, Jake Elliott hits a 55-yarder to win the game, 24-21. You're pissed. You're pissed.
E-Rob's agreeing with you here. He's saying agree. He takes the points, right? This is where my pushback is with you guys here. We can't always say we'll take the points and then get mad when our coaches are conservative. Like you can't have both. Like you either got to like that you have an aggressive coach, or you got to deal with being soft.
Pick and choose. Know the room.
But that's where the inconsistency comes into play, bro. And that's where the frustration comes whenever we have a 4th and 1 and you're like, play the tempo of the game, go for it, and then they miss and you're like, no. It's like it's hindsight, right? It's hindsight. It's if he makes it, he looks like a genius. Hey, you want to read that because it's blocking our entire?
I was reading it real quick. I was like, yeah, dude. All right, Drew.
All right, but take the comment down.
Should have ran on plenty of plays, but decided to just stay in the pocket for whatever reason. Defense went soft and played to relax. Played relaxed after going 21-0. Yep, we had our damn. I won't even step. We had our chance to put away the game. Yep, they just had no urgency in the second half. Yeah, and I think it's another big thing, Drew, that we were kind of talking about last week too. Is now I think that Philly lost. I think there's 100% pressure on Kevin Patullo, right? Like something's got to
Yes.
change. Something's
Yes.
got to change, and where I don't think he gets fired or something like that. But you got to
No, he
write it
needs
out.
to. He needs to get
I know, but
demoted.
you're not going to get fired right now in the middle of the season when you're making a Super Bowl run. You cannot get fired in the middle of the season when you're making a Super Bowl run. So what
Set
they're
the
going to do?
tone. Set the tone.
Sirianni, management, coaching, stat, whatever. They get together. They're gonna have to change some things. Obviously, things are gonna have to get changed. And
No, bro.
I think now I'm scared. I'm scared now because I think Philly needed this loss. It just sucks that it came against Cowboys, but I think Philly needed this loss to really start opening it up,
Mhm.
And everybody's complaining. Here's another thing that I've been seeing. Oh yeah, Philly lost, but you know what? AJ Brown had 9 catches. We made him happy. Is that really the recipe for success?
I don't know. They
Is
stopped
getting
going to him.
AJ Brown involved like that?
I don't know. They stopped going to him.
I don't know.
When Dallas was forcing Jalen Hurts to go win that game. And I know we always say, we've been praising the Eagles week after week because the one thing they do know how to do is win. But now do we see the shift where that luck kind of runs out? Are we seeing that shift where if they don't make some type of move where it all falls apart? We've seen teams like this go 12-0, 10-0, 11-0, and then completely fall apart on the backstretch of the season. We've seen this Philly team specifically, not this specific team, but we've seen Philadelphia as an organization have an outstanding season and then fall apart on the backstretch of the season. We've seen it before, so why can't it happen again? To me, JB,
I don't think so. I think it was a
to me,
rivalry.
I don't know that you fire Pachulia. I wouldn't be mad if
Not
they
right now.
did because it sets the tone, JB. Something absolutely has to change on that offense, and it's not going to be on the players. It's not because they have all the talent in the world out there right now, JB. So to me, what you do is you set the standard right now, especially with everything going on in the organization, is that we're not afraid to they make moves by adding people all the time. Maybe it's time to remove someone to make a difference. Maybe it's time to remove someone to really show them that we mean business. We need changes here because this team right now, first round of the playoff, gets bounced. This team right now.
You talking about the Eagles?
Yeah. This team, the Eagles team right now, first round. I don't know that any Philly fan is looking forward to the playoffs with this team that they're trotting out right now, the way that they're playing. I don't know that anybody's excited about it.
I disagree. I don't know. I disagree. I think this is what the Eagles needed. I think they needed a loss. I think they go to the drawing board a little bit and change something. They're like, okay, we're riding it out. We're winning. There's no need to really change anything. When you and I'll say it again. This was a division opponent. The games are a little bit different. You're not going to be playing, now if you happen to play Cowboys in the first round of the playoffs, then I'm scared. I would be scared of that matchup 100%. But I think this is what you need. I think you go to the drawing board. This is where you start showing some changes in your offense. 100%. Like I'm not going to take it. I don't want to overreact because it is a divisional opponent. You guys know each other so well. So I'm not going to overreact to that. And something does need to change with Patillo, though. I will say that. So I think they're going to make a change, like game plan, scheme wise, being a little bit more creative. You're pretty much like, what do you call it? Like you have like a I don't know the analogy, but like say you got a pressurized hose, you're clamping it off, and it's just like kind of leaking out, man, just ready to like bust. Pause. But you know what I mean? Like that's what it is. That like you're one loss away from having this huge explosion. Now something needs to change. Now something needs to happen. You're riding out because you're winning, you're on a streak. Now something changes. And now I honestly get more scared of Philly. You might have a different reaction to that because you are a Cowboys fan, because I see Philly, if they can make the right changes and get everything on track, I could see them being even scarier than they were before.
But the question that's a massive question. Like you're just throwing it out there like it's nothing. Right now, as of right now, this team that we saw last night, that team don't win a playoff game.
I don't know. In the second half,
They
too,
have,
the
they
second
have
half
to make
too.
a change.
I think it is on the
Hold on, hold on.
players.
I agree with you. I
I
agree
think it's on the
with your
players too.
statement.
It's on the
We've been
players too.
saying that all year about this Philly team, and that we continue to give them the benefit of the doubt, and we will continue to give them the benefit of the doubt, because at the end of the day, they're still the top of the NFC East. They're still one of the top teams in the NFC, but it's a team that we just keep waiting. We're just waiting. We're just waiting for this offense to click, and it's like we get 3 possessions where they look insane against this Cowboys defense, and then they just go MIA. And what is it? Like, honestly, what is it? Yesterday it felt like it was just a bundle of turnovers that just kind of hit them, a wave of turnovers that hit them all at once, right? Like, one of the biggest plays that we saw, and I'm sure you have a little to say on it, is that special teams, right? Whenever we kick it off, if you watch that replay, Buddy gets pushed to the ground like 3 or 4 times. It still stays on the play, stays on track. Boom, smash. Helmet, perfect tackle, perfect form tackle. Helmet across the body to the ball. Ball pops out. We get it there at the 1. We probably should have finished that game offensively. That, to me, as a Cowboys fan, JB, that's where I feel so optimistic going forward, and I feel good about saying that we are making a playoff run. And if you disagree, sure, whatever. But the reality is we're alive, and this Chiefs game on Thursday feels a lot more winnable than it did 2 weeks ago. I will say that, JB. This Thanksgiving game on Thursday feels a lot more winnable than it did 2 weeks ago, and I feel pretty freaking good about it. My only thing is as much as I keep harping on the Philadelphia Eagles offense, it's like I know George Pickens went off for 160 plus yesterday, and CD had a bunch of drop passes, and a lot of our offense getting stagnant was because of those CD drops. Does that go away? Like, will that go away? It feels like CD is in such a funk, which is really weird because it seems like him and George Pickens are like just a match made in heaven. And you would think, I mean, it's just one game. I don't want to be too hard on CD.
I don't know. Is CD, is his kryptonite like Philly? Because
no, man, he's normally cooked against them, man. Like honestly, yesterday CD probably goes for 100. CD probably goes for 100. 3 drop passes.
Yeah.
One crucial one. Yeah.
Touchdown.
And the only thing that pissed me off on CD there is immediately drops the ball, which, mind you, hits him in the chest, and he's pointing to Dak to throw him a soft one to the corner.
What are you pointing at?
Yeah, which like,
you dropped it, bro.
All right, you
want
right
in the bread basket.
Yeah. That's my point, is like, come on, CD. Like, let's just that's one where you just slap on the chest. And then you go to the sideline and then you tell Dak, like, yo, hit me in the corner next time. But you can't be saying, hey, bro, hit me out here when the ball's hitting you right in the chest. Yeah. I mean, that dart thrown by Dak. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Bro, Dak looked so good yesterday. A
little shaky in the first half, but, it is what it is.
A bit shaky. A bit.
Just
but looks good, man. But you can't put it on Dak. Like, 4th and 1 hits. He kind of led Javonte. Javonte dives. You got to make that catch. Like, sometimes you got to help your quarterback out. There was that one deep pass Javonte had from Jalen Hurts, that deep ass pass to the far right. Excuse my language. My daughter's gonna kill me when she hears that. But
don't flip it.
Slings it up to Devonta, and you know what's crazy is Jalen had 2 deep passes where it's like he kind of just threw him up there. He missed a target. He missed Devontae once big times on a deep route, which they could have probably scored on. Which that might raise a couple eyebrows as well. Is like, how inaccurate is Jalen Hurts, or how inaccurate has he been? But Drew, in the comments, just kind of what I'm curious to know is like, what
happens, Drew? What happens?
What do you fix? What do you fix offensively? I know we're pointing the finger at the offensive coordinator, but like, what is the issue? I mean, I know Saquon's. It's hard for the offensive line and Saquon to get going, but like, Jalen Hurts don't understand how they're not scheming anything open.
Yeah, are they limited in certain aspects with Jalen Hurts compared to like other quarterbacks and how they go out there? Like, are they limited in certain aspects? And then another thing is the offensive line going to get it together to where you see the same success that Saquon had last year? I don't know. Because that's been the issue all year long that we've talked about. The offensive line does not look the same as it does last year, especially in the run game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with Lane Johnson out another 4 or 5 weeks, he probably won't be back till like the playoffs or something like that. What happens if that doesn't get fixed? That's another question. If the running game doesn't pop off like how it did last year, if Saquon's not getting these huge runs, that we saw against the Rams last year when he just destroyed them, just turned them into little babies, turned them into made him their son, made that whole defense his son. Like, what if we don't see that no more? What if we don't see the explosive plays? Because that's what it was last year. And we saw, even in the Super Bowl, they took away Saquon for 50, 60 yards. It's just Jalen Hurts. He can overcome that. That leads me into, it doesn't lead me into, because I don't know what we're talking about next, but that kind of makes me, that's what I'm going to talk about in that Chiefs Colts game.
Perfect. And we'll get there in a second. Let's go around a couple locker rooms, JB. And the one thing that we have learned that we enjoy is watching locker room speeches, locker room victories. So let's, I don't mean to rub it in faces. I'm just enjoying my Monday. I woke up. No, kids don't go to school. My kids are knocked out. They might wake up from the joy that I have running through my body right now, JB. Oh, it feels good being a Cowboys fan right now, JB. I'm telling you, jump on the wagon. This wagon's fun. I mean, you know exactly how it is, so it's like it's nothing new to you. But before we go into the locker room, read this comment for us real quick.
Offensive line needs to get more push in the run game. Jalen Hurts needs to make quicker decisions. And I feel like that's always been an issue with Jalen Hurts. He loves to hold the ball. He does like to hold the ball. There's really no timing in y'all's offense. That's what I've noticed. Run instead of wanting to stay in the pocket. I agree with that. I feel like that's always been something.
That's what I thought. I thought he was going to crush us in the run
to use his legs a lot
Jalen,
more.
Jalen normally has like 75 plus against us, bro, on his legs. But let's go into this locker room.
He does need to run a little bit more.
This is shoddy after the boys get their W. Let's check it out.
Hey, listen up.
Listen up, JB.
Listen up.
It's Coach Shoddy speaking.
Hey, we got a lot of cool to celebrate, but I got a question first. Can you win the game in the first quarter? No. Can you win the game in the second quarter? No. Did we spot them 21 points?
Kind of.
Yeah. But what about, hey, can you win the game in the third quarter? No. Come on. What about that?
Third quarter, JB. Myself the game ball.
We're starting with the takeaways today. Sam Williams forced a fumble. Yeah. Kevin Murray recovered it. Yeah. Elijah Clark forced a fumble. Yeah. Whoa. Trent. Is that like Trent C?
Yes, sir.
Trent C recovered it. Yeah. Dak Prescott threw a pass to George Pickens. Yeah. Dak Prescott threw a pass to Brevis Ford. Yeah. And the old man ran one in. Yeah. But this dude also had a sack. Yeah. And then, hey, nothing like walking them off with Brandon Aubrey, big field goal.
Come on, Coach. Break this up. Coach.
Everything we've talked about, everything, you guys have done it. You stack these days, you stack these wins, you learn because they build championship habits. I am so proud of the men in this room. I'm so proud of you guys.
Oh, JB. We got a guy, huh?
You might.
We got a guy as a coach. Does it make you nervous a little?
No, not at all.
No?
This is what Jerry wanted. So.
Bro, it's beautiful. That was beautiful. I'm not going to lie. That makes me feel good. He's right. But we got to get those first 3 quarters locked in. We got to be able to put 3 quarters together. Offensively, we got to get it moving, man. The one thing that Dallas doesn't have an issue is moving the ball down the field. Our kryptonite right now is that red zone. For whatever reason, we can't get it in the damn end zone. For whatever, and it just, you know what bothers me is on the final drive, not the final drive, but I think it was the second to final drive when we're going down, and then Javonte gets us to the 1 yard line. He gets like a 12 yard run, gets us to like the 1 or 2. And then our next 3 plays are Dak play action, Dak run, and what was it? Last one I think was a fade route. And I'm just like, it kind of took me back to Seattle with Marshawn Lynch. It's like if you go back to that Super Bowl with Seattle against New England, That the play right before that, Marshawn gets like 15 yards to get them down to the 1 yard line, and then they choose to pass the ball. Same thing with this Dallas Cowboys offense. And I know the stakes are much higher, but it's like, how do we not run the ball again after he just had a big carry? Like, just solely on the fact that he got us down there, I almost feel like you have to pay respects to at least show him like you're going to give him the ball. 3 plays, at least give it to him once for getting you down there, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know. Some
you're
coaches
here
can
or
just never figure out the short game. You know, the goal line yardage, the 3rd and 1s, the 4th and 1s, the 3rd and 2s. That's a huge issue with our team.
JB, I do want to ask you about Shedeur, but before we get to the Browns game, to get to Shedeur's first start, let's just read off a couple fun insights from the game that happened between the Cowboys and the Eagles. Dak Prescott became the Cowboys' all-time leading passer in Week 12, surpassing Tony Romo, 34,183 yards. Prescott is now 13 touchdown passes away from setting the Cowboys franchise record for passing touchdowns, and he would surpass Tony Romo at 248, where Dak sits at 236. Man, if he passes that this year, that would be amazing. 12 touchdowns.
Crazy. He might. And what's crazy is, like, Dak is now going to be looked at like as the second, maybe third.
I'll tell you what, if Dak goes and wins a Super Bowl, I know we can't. A lot of people lose 100%. Their mind whenever you say Super Bowl and Dallas Cowboys in the same sentence, and some people might log off.
If he ever did,
greatest Cowboy of all time.
Yeah, greatest quarterback. I won't say greatest Cowboy because you got a lot of.
If Dak wins the Super Bowl for the Cowboys with the numbers that he has, greatest Cowboy of all time.
Greatest quarterback, yes.
Greatest Cowboy ever. Greatest athlete from Dallas of all time.
No.
The face of Dallas.
That is a huge overreaction. Huge overreaction.
If Dak were to get a Super Bowl for the Cowboys, greatest ever.
No.
Yes.
That's a huge overreaction. That's just screaming like, no, you're overreacting. You're living in the moment right there. That's a moment.
Okay, if
you still got Michael Irvin, you got Emmitt Smith, you got Deion Sanders. No.
All on the same team.
No.
All on the same team.
Yeah, and they're all way better, who are more looked at than Dak was.
Unless Dak wins a Super Bowl.
No. Even if Dak won a Super Bowl.
You're crazy.
Best quarterback? Yes. Best quarterback
ever.
No, not best Cowboy.
Best athlete out of Dallas ever.
No.
Above Dirk Nowitzki.
No.
I hate Earl so much. He's all lost in a hypothetical. You're right.
Yeah,
right.
man.
Let me get back.
Yeah, we are. We spent 30 seconds on that.
Sorry. One more insight. We got
Drake would not exist.
Quinn Williams generated a career high 8 pressures on 30 pass rushes. That's 26.7% in the Cowboys win against the Eagles. And then last but not least, a man that's probably going to make $40 million a year, and I don't know if the Dallas Cowboys are going to be the ones that give it to him.
Who?
But I hope he stays with us, and that's George Pickens. He caught all 9 of his targets for 146 yards and a touchdown in Week 12.
You have to.
The Philadelphia Eagles. Bro, yes, we need to. I would love to.
You have to find a way to pay this guy. Hopefully you get some sort of like little discount or something.
He said above. Dude. Oh, that's a good question.
It's not going to be above Dirk. Heck no, man. Dak, I will say, Dak even over Aikman, because Aikman had loaded squads. And Aikman's stats, like if you look at the stat book, like Aikman was like an average, below average, just a regular.
No, we're not going to do that.
Average Joe.
No, don't start that.
Pros versus Joes.
No,
that was Troy Aikman.
We're not doing
100%, 100%. You had the greatest offensive line ever. You had Irvin.
Yeah, but we don't got to do that.
All these other guys. You had all these other guys. No, Troy Aikman was just there. Troy Aikman was a certified, glorified game manager to the max. There was nothing.
That's a Super Bowl
nothing special that Troy Aikman ever did.
Watch your mouth, bro. What are you talking about? Troy Aikman has a whole
out of my mouth. Look up his stats.
Yeah,
Dak literally has doubled his stats, tripled his stats. Like Dak is a million times.
Yeah, bro. But they were running the ball.
Could you imagine if Dak was on that Dallas squad? They might have won like 4 or 5 in a row.
Nah, bro, that's 1994, 95, bro. You can't compare the two.
No, you can, because there was Dan Marino in the league. You had John Elway in the league. No.
All right, we can't let this.
I'm taking those guys over.
We can't let this hypothetical turn into a talking ish fest on the Dallas Cowboys. No, thank you.
Look
This
up
guy,
Trey Quinn stats, man.
AB 231.02. He's not even above Luka. The hypothetical was if they won a championship, if they won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, dude. This is such a true statement. Rene just loves Dak, but the reality is a lot of people they're up and down. Dak Prescott is like the stock market. Every day it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Sometimes Monday, boom, it's increased. Stock's increased. Buy. Or when it's really low, oh my gosh, we got to sell. We got to sell real quick. That's Dak every
yeah, but the hypothetical, man, y'all guys are turning this into a trash fest about the Dallas Cowboys. No,
right.
Hypothetically, if he won a Super Bowl, he would be the greatest Cowboys of all time, and he would be the biggest figure in Dallas ever. Ever. I don't think you understand the influence that the Dallas Cowboys quarterback has, JB, but there's an influence out there in Cleveland. And
thank God it's never going to happen, okay?
There's a lot of criticism as to how Kevin Stefanski is handling this situation. But Shedeur Sanders got his first start against the Cleveland Browns, got his first touchdown pass there in the third quarter. The Browns did win the game, but let's listen into what Shedeur had to say after the game.
I'm here once again. How y'all doing?
Shedeur, just how do you summarize this performance?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Coming up here before y'all 6-7 months ago, I couldn't tell you I'll be here. That's how life is. Everybody's not in the best situation, but there's no excuse. You got to go out there and perform. Like, there's no choice, there's no question. Nobody cares if this was 1 week of prep. Who cares? So a lot of people want to see me fail, and that ain't going to happen. I'm here.
Ooh, what's your reaction to that?
I love it. I don't know why people just want to see Shedeur fail so badly. I don't know if it's because he's cocky, if he's confident. Like, I want my quarterback, and literally Shedeur's not saying anything. Do we have the pregame speech? Are we able to look that up?
Yes. Let me pull it up. Give me a second.
Yeah, let's pull that up. I for my quarterback, I need a confident quarterback. I need the pregame speech where he's interviewed on the sideline right there before the game. Like Shedeur's spitting facts.
Actually, I don't have the pregame speech. I have the postgame one.
He said, okay. So the pregame where he's getting interviewed on the sideline right before the game, he said, I'm what the Browns have been looking for. I'm what they've been looking for. I'm what they've been looking for. And to come out and get a win, a rookie quarterback getting a win for the first time in Browns history, or since like 1999 or something like that, 26 years later. That's no, like, people are still hating on that. You go to every comment section, it's against the Raiders. It's against the Raiders. It doesn't matter. A Browns rookie quarterback has not won their first start in 26 years.
A 5th-round pick also.
A 5th-round pick at that. That shouldn't have been a 5th-round pick, but the Raiders passed on him 7 freaking times. And to go out there and not only play well, but like, he backed up what he said. I swear. He backed up what he said. I'm what they've been looking for. And then to that pass where Shedeur Sanders is rolling out to the right, throws it to, I don't even know who it was. That 45-yard, 50-yard pass?
Oh, yeah.
It made Myles Garrett just like, whoa.
What?
And he's like, and then Myles Garrett even said, I haven't seen that. Literally every quarterback in the league can make that throw. Every starting quarterback in the league can make that throw. There's just no quarterback on the Browns that can make that throw. And I don't think he's ever seen it. I don't think he's ever seen anybody in a Browns uniform make that throw. So, like, to have that, the team is behind him. Everybody's behind this guy, I think, except Stefanski. Let's show that post game. Show that post game confidence speech. Everybody in the chat, what do they see out of this speech?
Stayed resilient together like I told you we needed to, right? Stay resilient together, and we fought together. How about Gage's big punt return on special teams?
Crazy shout out.
How about Corey Every single time you're out there pinning those guys doing your job. Great job.
Crazy shout out to the punter.
Offense wasn't perfect. How about that big play by Sam at the end? IB, huge play. Q, huge play. Harold making a big play. And then another rookie making his first start. Nice job, Shedeur. Well done. There's that old saying, save the best for last. How about that fucking defense?
Turn it off. Turn it off, dude. That pisses. I don't want to hear Stefanski say another word. I don't want to hear him say another word. Did you just hear him shout out the punter? Oh, I'm pinning him back. We're pinning him back. Shout out. Hey, guy making shout out. Shedeur, good job. And then, dude, Stefanski does not like Shedeur. That should say it clearly right there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I agree with you 100%.
You know what I mean? Stefanski does not like Shedeur.
You know what's
got to
crazy?
go.
You know what's crazy is I remember when KOC had a similar situation when his boy showed up for just one drive. It made him seem like some maniac, like
Gave him
like
a game
gift
ball, whatever. Yeah,
exactly.
The energy is off.
Like, read the room, Stefanski. Read the damn room.
And you know what's crazy?
All the criticism that had just solely on that alone. If even like you don't have to point that out, but that's something that you could just feed off of alone or itself is the fact that all the criticism coming into this game and him to still be able to hold his head held high and be composed in that moment as a 5th round pick. Like, we can't forget that part, JB. That's one thing that we can't stop saying is we have to remind people that was a 5th round pick, bro. A 5th round pick went out there and displayed that. JB, let me
no
read you.
credit
Shedeur
for it.
Sanders, who made his first career start in Week 12 for the Browns, 24-10 win over the Raiders, is the first Browns quarterback to win his first career start since Eric Zaire in Week 9, 1995, when Bill Belichick was the Browns head coach.
That's 30 years.
And that's the celebration. And that's the celebration for your 5th round pick.
That's what you give him? Nope.
Bro,
he's got to go. Stefanski's gone.
I was thinking to myself as I was watching this game, I'm like, wow, if him and Kevin Stefanski can find a groove, Kevin Stefanski's going to be the head coach of the Browns next year. And then you watch you hear the end of the game and you go into the locker room to see this because I'm excited. I'm like, oh, man, that locker room's got to be fired up. This was probably the one time that I was excited about having a Browns game on my television. I'm not even going to lie to you. I was juiced for this Browns game. At one point, I actually put the Browns game full screen on his first drive just so I can be locked in on what Shedeur was doing. You could see it in the players on the sideline.
They believe in him.
The excitement. It's like life was finally brought back. And then you look at Kevin Stefanski and you're like, wow, this guy has no juice. This guy feels like he's been proven wrong already.
Yeah.
And then you see the post-game locker room talk, and it's like, if I'm a Browns fan, I don't know that I want this guy in my locker room after this year. Let's go ahead and finish it off.
100%.
The only reason that I would want Stefanski again is if they do catch fire. And in the post-game interview, they asked him if Shedeur is going to be your starter going forward. It's like,
well, they asked him that. And he said, we're not going to talk
about that right now.
We're not going to talk about it right there.
He wants to focus on today.
Which is crazy, bro. And here's the thing. If Dylan Gabriel gets, if he passes concussion protocol, all that stuff, Dylan Gabriel's probably going to be the starter next game.
Bro.
Probably going to be the starter. And Dylan Gabriel, like, literally, everybody wants to hate on Shedeur. Oh, he threw a 7-yard pass to the right side, not even a yard down the field, and it was a screen pass. Dylan Gabriel has had issues throwing screen passes. They've had issues. Dylan Gabriel can't make that throw. Yeah. Dylan Gabriel's not mobile enough to even make that throw to the sideline right there where he's rolling out. And you're going to give the guy, like, obviously this team thrived off Sanders, man. And they're behind it. They got his back. They want to see him succeed. This guy right here, this dude, Stefanski, does not want him to succeed at all. He's gone. Even the GM, Barry, right? Andrew Barry, whatever.
Yeah.
Even they had a good moment. Dude. I just don't like it, man. He's got to go.
Oh, no. Why do you have an echo?
We have a little echo. Yeah, we got a little echo.
Do you have an echo?
A little bit. Oh, there
Oh,
we
it's
go. Yeah,
Cheech.
Cheech. It's
Cheech.
something with Cheech's mic, his setup. A little bit of an echo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just not
Yeah,
sold on
Cheech, you're gonna have to
Stefanski.
jump off and jump back on. We're gonna have Cheech on to tell us what's going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But JB, before we have him on, let me read you a couple insights from this game. Myles Garrett recorded 3 sacks in Week 12, his third game with 3+ sacks in the last 4 weeks. He's on track to break a record, right? Garrett has now accumulated 18
Yeah.
2025, setting both a single season career high and Browns franchise record. His 18 sacks through 11 team games represent the most by any player at this point in a season since sacks became an official statistic in 1982. And just to pile on that even more, the Browns generated a season high 23 pressures in their Week 12 win over the Raiders, 8 more than their
9
previous,
sacks on the day.
which is probably a lot of the reason
Killed
why Chip
Geno
Kelly got
Smith.
fired, man. Chip
Killed
Kelly
Geno.
was just like, keep hitting Geno. I'm not going to change anything. Keep hitting him. Keep hitting them.
There was just
See what
nothing.
happens, and they did, bro.
No
Myles
adjustment
Garrett
for it.
generated 8 pressures and 3 sacks on 43 pass rushes against the Raiders. Bro was cooking. I know
Can you
we're talking about
imagine if
Shedeur,
they
but
did? Can you imagine if Shedeur does pan out to like be a starting quarterback? Like literally,
he's gonna be the reason. I mean, he's gonna be the reason Kevin Stefanski
No,
gets fired. Bro.
yeah.
And Andrew Berry.
No, they're gonna have to fire Stefanski. Obviously, they know something. Like Barry knows something about Stefanski. Like Barry likes Shedeur. Stefanski doesn't. So Stefanski goes right. But let's say this team, these guys, Shedeur turns in what we think he could be with the potential and everything like that. You got Shedeur Sanders from this draft class, Quinshawn Judkins, Dylan Sampson, Mason Graham, the D tackle, Schlesinger. There's one more guy. But that's like 4 or 5 guys that could literally like be the pinnacle, like they could be the cornerstone of this team for years to come.
Yeah,
So like, this could be a hit, a crazy good draft class by Cleveland.
Yeah, I wanted to bring Cheech on here to let us know what was going on in Pittsburgh. Cheech, I don't think you're gonna be able to come on. We keep getting a heavy echo. You might be listening to the show, so that's probably why it's echoing. You probably want to turn that off, but
I don't know if he can hear us.
Yeah, he's jumping in and out. But anyways, JB, let's move on to a couple different games real quick before we got 10 minutes left before we send these beautiful people off to work. The Rams. Matthew Stafford looking like an MVP yet again. Is he the front runner?
No, it's his job to lose. It's literally Stafford, and then the gap is a wide gap before we even talk about Drake May, Jonathan Taylor, before guys down here. Like he's like 3 or 4 levels above everyone. It's a big gap. It's Stafford's to lose, 100%. And man, Rams are cooking. Like Rams right now, they're the best team in the NFC. They're the best team in the NFL. Rams are the best team in the NFL, hands down. Yeah, it's that simple.
Yeah, there's really not much to it. My bad. I was reading the comments here, but yeah. What a game from the Rams. I think the Rams are showing us as of right now they're probably the best team in the NFC. But that's just football right now. It's like, who knows? Football is so confusing right now.
I would say they've been the most consistent. Yeah, they gave up a comeback to Philly, but besides that,
and they should have really won.
Their offense has been good, and they're only getting better. Like Stafford, I think that was early on in the year when we had some questions about Stafford and his health. But now, man, dude, everything is cooking. Devontae Adams, he's in the mix, getting touchdowns. When you're at the goal line, the ball's going to Devontae. You can't stop it. You just can't stop it. He's so good off the line. Just needs a little bit of separation, and then Stafford just boop right in the breadbasket, dude. It's so hard to stop.
Yeah, what a dog. Matthew Stafford went 25 for 35, 273 yards and 3 touchdowns. That bro was slinging it. What they have 14. They had 35 or they have 32 points in the first or 31 points in the first half. Only needed to score 3. Baker Mayfield did get hurt there in the first half. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out for the Buccaneers. They're sitting at 6-5 on the season. It seems like they've lost control in Tampa Bay. What's going on over there, Borba?
I think the injuries, man. I think the injuries have caught up to them.
It's those close games at the beginning of the season. Remember at one point we're praising this team. At one point, JB, we're praising this team about how great everything looks, right? And then as we
They
said
might not
earlier
even
in
get
the
in.
season.
They
Yeah,
might not
yeah,
get in.
that's actually the biggest. That's what I was going to ask you is, do you feel like this team still sneaks in? I think they do because of the division, but
Possibly.
it might be a ugly. It's going to be like a 9-8 team that gets into the
Yeah.
playoffs,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
And we're going to be pissed
100%.
because there's going to be an 11-6 team that doesn't get in, or a 10-win team that doesn't get in.
There
It's going
could
to be
be.
one of those years, huh?
There could be. I think, they might finish 9-8. They might sneak their way in. But I mean, if Carolina somehow gets an upset today, they're in sole possession of first place in the South.
They are.
The Panthers. So they will be in first place, and the Panthers actually have some sort of identity. You know, their identity is run the ball, play good defense. Which is, but it's good defense. I don't know.
Do you by any chance know what the significance of Baker's injury is?
It was a non-throwing injury, I think, to like his left shoulder or something like that. So I don't know how long that he's going to be out for. If he misses any games, they're
It just
losing.
came up on my TV. Baker Mayfield will have MRI today for left shoulder injury suffered.
I'm the inside guy.
There's nothing that's came out yet, but if we just look at their schedule, 6 games left. There's only 6 games left in football, so we got to enjoy the 6 weeks that we have left.
If he misses any time,
you got the Cardinals, Saints, Falcons, Panthers.
Maybe 2-2. I think best case scenario would be 2-2 coming out of that. Cardinals, that's iffy. Panthers, you don't know what's going to happen. Falcons, with Kirk Cousins, they looked pretty solid yesterday. It was against the Saints, but I don't know.
Yeah, but that's all they need to do is win their division games, really, right now. And the Falcons,
you got to win the division games.
Falcons are definitely out, but
no, but they're tough though. They're a tough opponent.
Yeah,
and they didn't have Drake London and all that, but Kirk Cousins put up a good day yesterday.
Good little scrap, huh?
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting game. All these games are going to be close, I think, with how the Bucks are playing now. Baker can't afford to miss time. This team can't afford Baker to miss time. I'll say that because it's just yeah, you're gonna miss the playoffs if he misses a game, or if he misses 2 games, they're out. I don't think you.
Yeah, if he misses, it's gonna get tough. At least it's gonna get tight, but they do play a bunch of divisional games on the backstretch here, so it might work in their favor. At this point, it's like let's just win the divisional games and let's see what happens. Another close game: the Colts and the Chiefs. The Chiefs win 23-20 behind Patrick Mahomes, 29 for 46. That's insane. Bro threw 46 times, 352 yards, 1 interception. Mahomes and the Chiefs probably shouldn't have won that game, but somehow, some way, they did what greats always do, and they figured out a way to win. How do you feel going forward about this Chiefs team? Are you still as confident as you were about a week or 2 ago, JB, whenever you said, hey, you know what? All that money that you have, wound it all together, and if you want to make a smart bet, you put it on the former champs in the Kansas City Chiefs. Are we still that confident in this Kansas City Chiefs team?
Here's the thing, like with Kansas City, they're not dead until you're burying them, and they're not dead till they're dead. You know what I mean? They're not dead till they're dead, and I was watching the Speakeasy podcast with Acho and LaShawn McCoy, and they just
shout out Janet.
Yeah, Chiefs are not dead till you are literally burying them. So
and the Colts had, bro, every team in the AFC so pissed at the Colts right now. Our second favorite team, JB, so pissed at them because this game on Thursday could have literally, which I guess as a Cowboys fan, I'm a little happy because it kind of eases off the tension from the Cowboys because it doesn't become a must win for the Chiefs. The Chiefs can now at least drop 1 game, but
possibly.
But they're a lot more comfortable now if they lose 1 game coming off a short week. It's not the end of the world if the Chiefs lose on Thursday. It's not the end of the world. Yeah. But it could have been. It could have been. And that would have been a tough matchup to be in.
It could have been. And the way that first half played out, like you could see it in the second. So obviously the game plan was stop Jonathan Taylor, which they did a pretty good job at doing that. Like they did the same thing last year with Saquon in the Super Bowl. But they forced Daniel Jones to beat him, and he couldn't do it. So now you have an unproven quarterback. So this is what I'm saying. This is my point.
Go.
You have a good team, right? The Colts are a good team. It's just Daniel Jones is the unknown. Okay, what's the similarities with the rest of the AFC? What's the similarities with the rest of the AFC? with the other good teams. Drake May, he's balling out, but he's still unknown.
Quarterback.
Bo Nix balling out. The Broncos balling out. He's still unknown. Lamar and Derrick Henry, they don't look the same as they have been. So my point is if the Chiefs get in, who's to say like you come in with the same game plan against all these guys? They're all unknown. So like the Chiefs are still scary because they are known. They know. And then they're playing for their playoff lives right now. So because you're doing that, Andy Reid, like you could see it, like the game is more controlled. That's why they're running the ball. They're playing winning football. That's why they ran the ball so effectively with Kareem Hunt. They pound the ball, control the time. They find their way back in the game, and they win. And they played good defense at the end. Like they're playing to now win. They're playing for their playoff lives. They're in football. They're in playoff mode. And so I think they're going to give you guys a heavy dose of the run. They're going to play controlled. Pat Mahomes has got to play better, but the second half he played a lot more controlled. Like I think with Mahomes, you know, like how like Steph Curry, like back in like the prime days, you kind of just, you know, you're not giving it all. You're chucking up threes, looking a little crazy. Like it's just like, whoa, you know, the question marks come. But when it comes time for winning gameplay, then okay, it becomes more controlled. You're more precise. You're more locked in. You're not running around. You're not, you know, looking all out of control. It's just a more, you're more. I can't like I don't know the right word, but you're just locked in. Like you're just locked in better. You're very more precise. You're more controlled. The timing is there. Everything is more there. It's not so loose and sporadic. So I think that's what the Chiefs are turning into. The Chiefs are going to be very more disciplined. They're going to play. They're going to come out with a better plan offensively. And now what's going to help the Chiefs make a run right now is going to be a running game. And winning these games is playoff. It's a playoff mindset.
I don't know. I honestly, I feel comfortable saying that we're going to force Patrick Mahomes to beat us. I just don't know how comfortable I feel with that being the statement.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I do think we do stop the run on Thursday, but
are you gonna if you sell it? You can't sell out to stop the run though. That's the thing because Mahomes will kill you
against this team, yeah. But like, does he just pick apart our zone schemes? Like Jalen Hurts did it. You don't think Patrick Mahomes will be able to sustain that for 4 quarters?
I think he can do that.
Yeah, but the thing is that Dallas is finally getting pressure. I read you that insight of Quentin Williams just not too long ago. He had a season high of pressures, you know, against an offensive line that, mind you, whatever you want to say about it currently, it is still one of the top offensive lines in the league. It is a Super Bowl. I mean, they got hella Super Bowl champs on that offensive line. So I don't want to discredit Philly's offensive line just for the lackluster that it's been lately. But our defensive line was able to get pressure. It's just a matter of, I wonder how they're going to be able to contain Mahomes. Like if I'm looking ahead to that Cowboys Chiefs game, I'm curious to know what the over under on his yardage, on his rushing yardage is for Patrick Mahomes. Because I'm going to say it's probably going to be, I'm thinking he probably gets at least 50 yards rushing.
Yeah, and this is where the difference between like a Mahomes and a Jalen Hurts comes into effect because Mahomes will put pressure on you with his legs. Jalen Hurts didn't take advantage of it.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't take advantage of it.
Mahomes is real good about taking. You know, the one of the biggest criticisms at the beginning was that Mahomes was always trying to look for the big play, right? And then now, I mean, he's like a Tom Brady. He takes whatever you give him, and he don't mind driving down the field 80 yards. You know, every now and then you do see them get a little bit frustrated, but it is interesting. Let's see what Tony Romo had to say about this game, JB, and then let me know what your reaction is to it.
Dallas is coming on as one of the better teams and has a shot to make a run. That turns into another mini playoff game for both teams. But I just feel like next week is going to be who has the ability in a short week to get healthy and to get themselves in a position to say, you've got to play it like a playoff game. You saw that. Kansas City ran the ball 30 times to Kareem Hunt today. I can't remember how many times they've done that. You know why? Because it was the safe play. It was the right play, and our season's on the line. You'll see the same thing Thursday from both teams. All of a sudden.
What am I, an inside guy?
Wait,
me and Tony we were having the conversation, you know, but that's what it is. It's a safe play. It's winning. It's winning plays. It's controlling the line of scrimmage. It's setting your team up for success. That's what Andy Reid knows how to do. And this is where I'll say the difference is. Shoddy, this is a big game. This is now, you thought last week was a big game. Now this is a big
No, but
Look at Rene. It's
No,
set
no,
back
no,
a little
no,
bit. Rene sitting back in his chair a little bit. Oh yeah, it is a big game. This is a big game. This is a big game to prove a lot for you guys.
no, for sure.
But
But the only thing
we're gonna.
is we just got to take off a little bit of steam from it because both teams can now. They've opened up their window. Like 2 weeks ago, the start of it was they can only lose one game, and the
You
stretch
guys
of
really
7
can't
games,
lose no more.
We can only lose one game.
You guys really can't lose. And this is it or what? Is this it? Are you already throwing in the towel?
No, this is the one game that we can drop. One game that we can drop.
So you're throwing in the towel.
No,
not
are
very
you kidding me?
confident.
We're about to go on one of the greatest runs of all
Okay,
time. I feel more
okay.
confident than ever. They
But I
had to
wanna
run
see-
the ball 32 times. Did you not see what we just did to potentially the MVP of last year's running back, JB? You think we're afraid of Kareem Hunt?
I think so.
You think we're afraid of Kareem Hunt because he got 30 touches against the Indianapolis Colts? Come on, man.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man.
Oh yeah.
If anything, the Chiefs should
30
be afraid
touches.
of what they saw.
You're controlling the clock.
The Chiefs should be afraid of what they saw from the Dallas Cowboys. That's what they should be
They
afraid of.
could be.
That's
They
what
could be.
I don't know that the Cowboys go into this game. The only reason we're afraid, if we're afraid at all, we're not even afraid. What am I talking about, JB? The only reason
You're afraid.
that I would go in with this game with my cheeks just a little bit tight is the fact that Patrick Mahomes is on the other side. That's it. Or Chris Jones, my bad. No disrespect to Chris Jones. That boy's a dog. That's the reason that the Chiefs are even in this contention right now is because how great that Spagnuolo has them boys playing and buzzing out there for Kansas City. Chris Jones, that might be one of the most underrated things to ever look at is Chris Jones in that defense in Kansas City. Them boys are dogs, bro. They held the Colts to 20 points. Are you kidding me?
They're going to beat you in a different way now. It's
What
not
was
going
that?
to be all of Mahomes. They're going to play winning football. This is it. Exactly what Tony Romo said. Exactly what I said. It's winning football now. And Andy Reid has been there. Andy Reid has been there. He's done that.
Nate is spamming the chat right now. He said, "When are y'all doing y'all's punishment? When are y'all doing y'all's punishment? When are y'all doing y'all's punishment? When are y'all doing y'all's punishment?" It's coming, Nate. It's coming. We got to come up with a name for her. Do we have a name?
Oh
JB?
my gosh. I don't know the name. I don't know.
I think I'm gonna name her.
I don't know.
I think her name is Jayliana.
Wow. I don't know if I'm
Should I
participating.
introduce you to Jayliana? That's
Well, I
a
don't
cute
know.
name,
We'll
huh?
see.
Are we gonna go with that?
I
Yo,
don't know.
TikTok chat. What's up, Jayliana? Is that what we're gonna name our doll? That I got to go to
Oh,
dinner with?
God. I don't even tell the public, dude.
Don't tell them yet.
No. We'll
Nate
keep it under
Nate
wraps.
said, "Bring her out, bring her out,
Yeah.
bring her out."
Keep it under wraps.
All right, well, TBD. You will see
be
me make
determined.
an embarrassing appearance. So
Yeah.
she's
So,
not
but-
dressed. She's not dressed, Nate. I gotta. This is a kid friendly show.
Yeah.
Kid friendly show. But JB, we're gonna end the show with that. Tomorrow we'll go a little more in depth on NFL Week 12. We'll react to a couple of interviews that will be coming out, and we'll see if the public has overreacted to a couple of these games, and we'll see how the fans reacted to their teams winning or losing. But I'll tell you what, JB, I'm going to enjoy the next 4 days before we kick off on Thursday, and I believe you're heading over to
Cali.
Nice. What's out there?
Family. My mom.
Are we going to a game? Is this the one where you're going to a game?
No. That's next month. It's going to be Bears 49ers. Playoff implications.
Playoff, very
Yeah,
much
yeah.
playoff implications there.
Yeah.
We're Niner fans that day, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm just going to wear a white tee, though. We've already talked about this. I'm just wearing a white tee.
Do you wear on opposing teams? Do you wear your?
I would never wear an opposing team
I wonder
jersey.
what people do. You just wear your own jersey. I guess I would just wear something like this.
You can wear your own jersey.
Yeah,
But
I
I
don't
don't
know if
wanna
I'd
get-
wear a jersey, but I think I would just wear like a polo.
I don't
Probably
know.
polo somewhere, some nice. Get yourself a nice polo. Get yourself a nice Vikings polo. You don't want to be hated.
Yeah, I don't want to be hated.
But it's San Francisco. Like
It's San Francisco. They don't really
you'll
care
fit
about
right
the
in with the
Vikings.
gay community
Yeah.
with the Vikings shirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard what I said there. You just agreed. You're like
The gay
yeah.
community.
But anyways, I appreciate you guys rocking with us. We'll be back tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, where Tim Foley will join us and let us know the run that this UNM team is making. Also, can Diego Pavia squeeze into the playoffs, the college football playoffs? And there's a lot of eyebrows being raised right now of him still being up for the Heisman? That'll be interesting. But we'll ask Tim all those questions, and I'm sure he will give us hell of answers. JB, I appreciate you today. Way to rock. I just want to say I love my mother. She's about to go into surgery here at 10 a.m. So if you guys could just stretch your hand out and say a little prayer for my mom today, I would really appreciate that. I appreciate you guys rocking with us yet again. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Love you guys. See ya. Dang, go Cowboys, bro. Let's go.